Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about Mii Swordfighter. I already made a video on this, but it was in Spanish, so I'm going to make it in English for everybody that is asking about it. So, very simple. Swordfighter is very simple. All the Miis are pretty simple, but I think that out of all three, I think he's the most complicated. I think, and this is my opinion, I think that out of the three, he is the lowest. When it comes to actual power. So I think he is, when it comes to power rankings and the tier list, I think that he is the lowest Mii. However, that being said, he's very strong. He's got some really cool stuff, and he's got some really good matchups. He's got some interesting matchups. Okay, so we're gonna go right to it. This is the video for those who want to start picking him up, or for those who already are using him and want to learn some stuff. Maybe they're coming here to see if they want to, if there's something that they're missing, or maybe there's something that I might be able to teach them. Okay, so we're gonna start with neutral. When it comes to neutral, and again, this is the way that I play, and this is my opinion. So if there's anything that you guys want me to change, or you think I missed something, please let me know in the comments. Okay, so when we talk about neutral, I think that the most important thing that we want to, a lower percentage, right? What I want to do, what I'm looking for to get is your down tilt. So down tilt, let's put him at like 10. Let's say we hit him with like 1 or 2 chakrams, right? So whenever if your opponent is in a platform, I think that's a great spot for your opponent to be in, because you can put a lot of pressure with up air. So in platforms, upper is really good. And again, and I say this about every single tutorial when it comes to Miis. What you want to do when you start playing any Mii, even Gunner, is you want to learn how to use his A moves. So in this case, you have your up tilt, down tilt, side tilt, and then you have your nair, your up air, your down air, and your fair. And if you get really good on with just using your A moves with any Mii, especially Swordfighter, then your Swordfighter will be amazing, because after you know how to use your A moves, your B moves will just add into that pressure. Okay, so learn how to use your A moves first, and then follow it with whatever B moves you select. That's why I don't put a lot of emphasis and importance on your B moves, because yeah, your B moves are amazing and they're your cheese part, right? Your cheesy part of your character. But what will make you a good Swordfighter player is an enemy player with any set is your ability to use your A moves well. And again, that's my opinion. Maybe there's someone out there having a seizure of what I'm saying, but I strongly believe that is the case. So, like I said, whenever we're talking about neutral, your down tilt is really good. If you hit shield, you can just abuse it. And if you connect your down tilt, you can connect it into fair, and at lower percentages, you can connect it into more than one fair. So you can do down tilt into fair, and then another fair, and then even another fair, depending if they jump because they're scared or whatnot. Okay, so down tilt is really good. And then you will follow that with chakram. So chakram is a good move to just put a little pressure on your opponent and just bother him. If you don't want to approach, you could use chakram. If you want to catch those jumps, you could do angle chakram. And this is fast chakram, right? So you have fast and you have slow. And yeah, this is pretty good to either put a little pressure, a little percentages on your opponent. It also does a lot of damage, in my opinion, because it does around 10%. So it's I think it's really good. Like if you hit, in theory, right? If you hit like 8 chakrams in neutral, then he's already at 80. So that's I think that's really strong. So hitting chakrams, right, is really good. Also, what will happen is, because this is a projectile, a lot of people will start jumping over your chakram or shielding. So because if they shield, then you can you put pressure with down tilt, and if they jump, you can put pressure with up air. Okay. And then you're gonna mix this up with empty hops, right? So you wanna do empty hops into nothing, or you could do jumps into fair, or into jump. meant to not jump. I meant to say into grab. You can like jump into like grab, and then that'll go into up air, which go into up tilts, near, back air, etc. Okay, so that's really good. So basically, your your chakrams, your down tilt, they're gonna be very important in your neutral, and then you can mix those up with other things that are as important, like for example, like up tilt is really good. It goes into like up air loops, and you can also do nair. Nair is also good. Because you could do cross up nair, for example, or you could do reverse cross up nair. So you could do something like this. You could do something like this. And it's also really good. And then you can also do your down air. Down air is really good. It's got a really big hitbox. And you could use it off stage. You can use it off stage. As well as you could use it, inside the stage in neutral. It's also really good to like cover some options on the ledge. So you could do like this. It does a good coverage of options. And then there's some really cool things you could do. Like you could do, for example, at like 20%, 50%, you can do stuff like nair. And if people don't. Let's say you are, let's say they're in the ground, right? You can do stuff like nair into small chakram and then grab them. Okay, so you can do stuff like that. So you can do like nair, small chakram, fair, into fair, or into chakram. You can do nair into down tilt, etc. You can do nair, you do nair into up tilt, up air. So you can do a lot of stuff with nair. Also, if your opponent has a floaty character, this will bother the hell out of them. Like this covers a lot of space. It's really good, a little slow, but good coverage. It's got good coverage. All right. And then we move to your special moves, and your special moves, it depends. Again, it depends on what you want to do. Like let's say, like for example, like this Swordfighter right now that I'm using has a reflector, so it's really good. It stalls a little bit in the air, and it's also again, it's always good to have a reflector. So depending on the matches that you're going against, and how what are your opponent's moves, then a reflector always comes in handy. It's also really good against, against recoveries, something like that. Okay. Against stuff like, because again, it's a reflector. It's also sort of like a cape, right? So it puts your opponent to be looking at the other side. So it's really good. So stuff like characters like Ness or any recovery that is linear, you can just use it as a cape and get easy stuff. So it's really good. And then you have your side B. We already talked about Chakram. Good. There's multiple things you can do with Chakram. In neutral, you want to definitely hit it because it's basically 10% almost. So that's really good. But what other things you could do? You can snipe with him. So you can snipe with Chakram. You can snipe. This also goes through certain projectiles, like for example, or certain hitboxes, like Pac-Man's, what's it called? Hydrant. This thing goes like right through it, which is really, really helpful. That's really good. You could also practice using wave bouncing to do combos like that, like hit on platform. Okay, if you connect a slow moving chakra, it'll basically connect into anything because you have time to like do a forward smash, or even in platforms you could do like upper loops. In the ground you could just combos like this or like that. That's like 57% or stuff like that. So there's definitely a couple combos that you could do. There's definitely videos on that. If you guys want me to do a couple of videos on different combos that a Swordfighter can do, then please let me know, and I'll definitely do it. But this is not a video for, it's not a combo video, it's not a combo video guide. So this is just to teach you like how to get started, you know, how to get started with the character. And then you have your tornado, which is amazing. Your tornado is, it's great if your opponent doesn't know how to deal with tornado, because you know a lot of times if you spam tornado, like your opponent doesn't know what to do at all. So if you get that type of opponent, it's great because the tornado will definitely just destroy your opponent. Because it puts your opponent in the air, right? Covers a lot of space and it puts your opponent in the air. Very important to know is that if you're in a platform and you throw your tornado still like it goes down, so you still hit him. So that's really important. So to see, you need to know that this is the trajectory of the tornado. It goes down if you throw it. So it's good to throw while like you could do like reverse neutral B and like jump and do neutral B because it'll go down. Or you could just be in the platform and just throw it. And a lot of people will say like, okay, well he's in the platform, that's not gonna hit me, but it actually does, which is pretty good. And again, most of the time you'll get a lot of kills at the ledge. So once your opponent is in the ledge, if you throw a tornado, you get easy tornado into uppers. If they grab the ledge, they stay a long time in the ledge, then tornado can definitely you know, catch them at the ledge. And if you feel like you don't have enough time to do upper, which you most of the time you will, then you could do fair, you could do reverse air rush into back air, and you'll be fine. Okay, so that's pretty simple. So what are your kill moves, right? What is there's other stuff that you could do with Swordfighter, like for example, before I finish with your lecture, with what I want to say, I'm gonna talk about a little bit about ledge guarding. So if your opponent's in the ledge, like I said, tornado is amazing, right? The tornado is amazing, but you want to make sure your opponent, obviously they're going to respect tornado every time, but you want to put other stuff that they need to respect. So if they're in the ledge, you could do like small chakram. And that's good because if they grab the ledge, the chakram is still there. So it'll give you time to throw tornado afterwards, and they'll by that time they might lose the invincibility, and then that'll give you more time to actually connect the tornadoes. Okay. Another thing you could do is that once they're off stage, right? You can actually, if they grab the ledge, you throw a chakram, and if they do a regular get up or they jump, chakram will actually hit them. And if they do hit them, then you can do a forward smash and kill them. So it's like confirmed, which is amazing. Okay, so that's another thing. And then you can do other stuff at the ledge. So you can do stuff like if they're going down, you could do something like this. Okay. Alright, you can practice that. There's videos on how to do that. But basically, you just do up B into the ledge, and it has sort of a it has multiple hitboxes, but it also has multiple win box. Well, not multiple win box. It has a win box, so it'll push. Sometimes it'll push your opponent, and you'll get like easy, very simple stocks, very early stocks with it. Okay, so what are, before we were done, I want to tell you like what are, once your opponent is at higher percentages, what are your kill options, okay? So you definitely have down throw, you have your down throw into up air, which kills at around 185 depending on the character, depending where you are in the stage. So down throw up air kills. If you hit tornado into up air will kill. You could do fair off stage is also really good. So if you do or you could do down tilt into fair. Because again, even if these aren't true, these are stuff that you will fish for, right? So I'm not talking about don't confirms. I'm talking about things you will fish for. Backer is also really good off stage. So backer definitely kills. You could, if your opponent is off stage, you could do up B, which also kills pretty early. You could do down air off stage. Let's see if I can get it. You could do down air off stage, and unless they have a really good recovery, they're not going to be able to come back. So that's really good. You can also do up tilt. You could also do at lower percentages, I think like 90 or 85. You could do up tilt into up air, okay, which kills, which is pretty cool. So you do like up tilt into up air, around 90 it'll kill. Let's see. Yeah, around that. So 95, 100. You do up tilt, and you can go for an up air. So that's also something really good to do. Like I said, depending on the recovery, you can just you can get them really easy. You could also snipe your opponent with chakram. Okay, so you could do something like that. Yeah. If it hits, which I suck at sniping with chakram, but if it hits, it's really good. You could also do weird stuff. There's a lot of stuff that you could do with chakram. You can get very, very creative, and I think that's a video for another time. You could do a lot of chakra things or a lot of chakram shenanigans. But yeah, you have a lot of kill moves. So one thing that I definitely encourage you to do is to, whenever you start using this character, don't rely just on tornado into up air, because if they start to notice that that's your only kill move, then you will be in a lot of trouble. But you have a lot of kill moves. Yeah, it's true that your down throw and your tornado into uppers are your best, the most satisfying kill moves. But you still have up air, you still have fair, you still have ways to gimp off stage. So don't be afraid to practice those and get better at those. And yeah, guys, if you would like me to do a video on other stuff like chakram specific combos, or just basically more about neutral or specific characters, please let me know, and I'll definitely do a video on that. Okay, so take care, guys, and let me know.